Hey folks, in today's video we're back with more high score Balatro. In this run, some close calls early put the run at risk, and, is often the case, Vouchers did not cooperate, leaving me without both Blank Voucher and Antimatter, forcing me to get creative and a little lucky to attempt to break the scoring limits. Enjoy the video.
Streamer can't read. Boss blinds can't hurt me if I simply can't read them. Okay, we want the voucher, so I'm gonna save here. It's a good thing to get the voucher, but it's a bad thing that we have to spend money, you know? So we want to hoard as much money as possible. I mean, it's got to be bait, right? I have literally nothing to copy, so why would I take that?
Well met.
Lund. I give you the 3. I always fall for the bait. That's alright. We got a real Joker. We got Sly Joker. Now the run has a chance. I guess I'll fish for 1 hermit here. Immediate regret. Foil me. Drew. I give you the super chat. Congrats on C+. Those are pretty good. I think that allows me to maybe spend this. Nice order. There's just a temperance in here, right? Yep. Near perfect order. Look for red and purple. Not the red I'm looking for. Alright, whiff on the voucher this time. Actually, kind of want to do something like this, right? This might win. I don't really want to spend that much on this, but we can take it for a bit. It'll make the pivot to molt a little bit easier once we get to that point. Wow, I can't believe I got every single reserve parking hit there. Streamer's so lucky.
Well met.
And I give you the 14. Nope. Yep. I should start saving at least 1 discard here. Or the purple that we just added in. That could be good long term. In place of maybe the blue man. It's a long ways to go for a red seal. I'm gonna skip it. I think we can do better. I might regret that in the future. I think we can get better value out of the reserve parking right now. 1 hand type. 2, so that times 4 should be enough. Worst case scenario, we throw a couple of these face cards.
Well met.
Yeah, we probably should. Dead Steel, thank you for the gifted. Yeah. And this one.
Well met.
Try and break the glass early. Boris, thank you for the 3 months in advance. Way too early. Same thing here. Alright, that's good to see. Kind of an annoying boss blind, just because it cuts into our parking value. I mean, that king is the card that we want to death, so I think we hold on to it. Let's go here. One more. Really care that much about a blue because it's on a face card. I don't mind increasing the density for the reserve parking. I don't think I need a second one though. Sure. I want to see a few more cards here to try and hit that purple. Nice. Let's just play the 3 of a kind to get some more scary face hits. Wow. Oof. We just need to get a red seal on the board. Don't really like any of these. The ice cream is fine, but melts a little bit too quickly for what we're trying to do here. Okay, it's gonna hit a little bit less often. That's fine. I think we're just not going to farm this blind, are we? We can break another card here. Oh my god. Send it. Welcome, Murphy. Seems like we're playing through the kind a little bit more.
Well met.
Dr. Moron, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate that. So the basic idea here is we play everything out for the reserve parking hand, and then we play the face cards for the scary face. Okay. But we do want to save some discards because we have still a fair amount of purple. Maybe the reserve parking is starting to get a bit too greedy, actually. Let's see. More hermit value. Already have a red seal. I don't think I want to spend. I don't have to. We've already seen the head on the constellation. Maybe I'll pick up some pair levels though. And 3 of a kind has been doing some decent work. Kind of want the strength more than the suit fixing at the moment. Welcome, Faye. Is the exact card we wanted here. Okay, I think now that we have the Mime online with some gold cards, we can maybe look to get out of the reserve parking. Death in the Fool. That's a pretty good net negative. Okay, I think what I really want, what I really want, is some deck fixing right now. So maybe the hallucination is a consideration. Trading card. This does help with my score a little bit. We'll come back for it. The Oops returns. Showman. Too early. And these are already paid for. Send it. Let's just make sure we don't die here. More money. More red seal.
Well met.
January, thank you for the 4. What does this look like? Honestly, not terrible. Perfect. Beautiful boy keeps tempting me. Got so many. Oh my god. I'll come back for it when we're ready. We don't have the deck fixing for it right now. So especially going into the Serpent, it's not very good. Honestly, a Chad would be kind of welcome right now, so that we can get scary face value a little bit easier. Uh-oh. Edo, thank you for the super chat. Will DNA be necessary? If we want to get naneinf, yes. If we want to do anything with an idol, no. Usually. The purpose of DNA is to give you additional hand size most of the time. With enough like practice and experience, you can simply just shape your deck however you see fit. Without bloating it too much with DNA. Three purple right now. I'll take another one. Neat. I'm gonna keep the purple here, or the steel here, just in case we're not as strong as I want to be. But we do seem fine. No, this is kind of a poor time for the boss blind. This is gonna win, so we should pitch the sun. Oh, that's a good voucher. We just have to feed this stupid constellation. Maybe we kill the constellation. Ugh, this is a really bad time for a DNA, but I need to get it just so I don't have to hunt for it later. Could kill me. I'm gonna keep the steel. Maybe even no, I don't really. Let's rock this. I do not think we're copying the purple right now. Okay. It's not bad. That's a good sign. But I'm still concerned about my scoring. Here. That's good. Let's just pump the Constellation, because that seems to be doing some decent work for us finally. Like when we draw the steel with the Mime, it's pretty good. I think we can consider copying the purple, but not the, That's bad order. But we definitely don't want to copy the non-reds, or the non-red seal steel. Pair is actually slightly better right now. Yerp. I should have done that after the pack, actually. Kind of wanted, or need to be shifting towards Molt over chips here anyway. Which is why we're a little bit more concerned about the Constellation here. Let's roll once. I think we do just want to play pairs here. Maybe not. Perfect. Got our high card level back. A lot of our scoring is like actually coming from the Mime right now, which with the Stuntman and our red seals on gold isn't ideal. Need to get an Ecto still. Could also look for Oops, I meant to strength that queen. We could look for a bean for the Crimson Heart Bug. So we might overroll this bot or this shot. Just for a chance at that. Okay. Well, now we don't have to part ways with the rocket or make a tough decision about the Sixth Sense. Wraith, not it. I realized the synergy between DNA and Sixth Sense, it's actually insane. It's anti-synergy. Cutting cards from your deck with Sixth Sense is an upside, not a downside. It's grim. Okay, let's put this on a red seal, or so that we can actually use it to score. I can't skip here, I'm still setting up. Come on. Okay, just barely getting there. We might have to cut the DNA, because if we do get an Ecto, we're going to have to sell the DNA anyway. Uh-oh. Spade should be fine. Probably get away with discarding one of these now that we hit the red seal. How much is the 25 or 250 chips even doing for us right now? Lack of overstock is kind of rough. It's pretty good to have. I'm not going to copy this, because I don't want to blow up my deck. It's actually more, right? Should have thought about that longer. Cut down on the deck so that we stop having sketchy draws. I think we might have to slow down on the Sixth Sense and just make it, like, when we draw this, I think we need to copy it right now, because our scoring is kind of sketchy. That situation is never sell rocket, right? Why would I sell the rocket? In what situation would I sell a rocket? What would selling a rocket accomplish for me right now? Not right now, but in a live or die situation. What situation is rocket? What situation is rocket detrimental that selling rocket would change whether we live or die? Cool. Wait, sure would be nice to have an overstock right now. Gotta reroll this, gotta reroll that. Probably reroll that as well. Oh my god. Nightmare? There we go. Just absolutely nightmare boss rotation. At least we got them all out of the way. It just cost us all our money. Maybe I should just use that as an opportunity to take advantage of the Wraith, but also... can pretty easily get our money back. And there's 2 rare jokers that we want, and a lot of bad hits for me. That's finally nice. But again, overstock would be much nicer. Let's go here to here. This is 5. What's 1.5 to the 5th? It's got to be more than 6, right? Okay, Talisman isn't great, but it is something. Allegedly. Oops, all 6s to improve the odds of Ecto. Smiley face. Oops, all 6s to improve the odds of Ecto.
Well met.
Merked. Thank you for the 9. We're gonna hang on to that for a bit. Cool. Really only rolling for jokers right now, which is not. We're fine. Very nice. Jeez. Gotta go because I need that. Voucher good. Still want some red seal gold cards, and I want to keep that in my pool if I can. The club probably has to be re-rolled. Let's just take the 1. This is nice. No. Should have at least taken a look at it, though.
Well met.
Rod, thank you for the prime. And James, thank you for the bits. One of these days. How many sixes do we even have at this point? 3? It's not bad. I thought we had significantly more than that. Oops. It's fine. Six, 7. Yeah. Who says I overrolled? Overstock me? Well, that's another path to Ecto, I suppose. Problem is, we may simply die if we take an Ecto from the pack right now. So now we should probably roll harder for like, additional scoring jokers. Alright. It may just be time to get a new run. This one is due to. Like, even if we get the Ecto, we're not in a great spot. We have 0 double tags, pretty poor vouchers. Well, we've got decent vouchers, actually. Maybe that's the one thing that this run has going for it. It's like Potential Man again. You know, I'm supposed to see spectrals in these now.
Well met.
Maybe that just kills me and then we're free. I need to reroll to be able to see. Okay. We are more dependent on the steel now. Yeah, we got consecutive face-down blinds when I need to be able to see the difference between my cards right now. Pretty unfortunate. At least we're getting great Cloud9 value. Okay, we kind of need to find something immediately. Is it Jover without Constellation? Who can say? Let's open this first. Come on, man. There's a voucher skip. Probably have to take it at this stage. Okay, this is 8 or 7 steel. Worth using Cryptid here. What does Cryptid do? Or what is using Cryptid do here when we're already beating the blind? Might have been if it didn't beat the blind, but it did. But it might also be necessary next ante, since we're about to take a skip here. I think this is fine. Okay, the Troubadour gives us a little bit more time. Oh my god, it's overstock. Throw it on the pile. Like this. Alright, I do not think I can keep the Sixth Sense rolling anymore. I think, jeez, we're definitely taking the cola. Yeah, we can rely on, hopefully, Omen Globe to show us maybe one singular Spectral card at some point. At least idle rare block. You sure about that? Jeffs, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying the content. Nice. Just don't want to fumble the idol right now. King of Hearts is still fine. Those voucher skips have saved the run. So we've got some potential now if we can get an Ecto. Perfect. Now, let's fix our scoring. Problem with that play is we have significantly fewer red seal King of Hearts. That could help. Should have saved the 6. One more red seal. Okay, we hit. I don't have any gold cards in hand. King of clubs, that's a little bit easier to manage. Still have 4 cards that we need to kill. Really don't want to take the second one. Just put this here, I guess. Hey, congrats, Army. Cool.
Well met.
Now we just need to find that DNA again. But we're pretty far behind on jokers, but those are the easy part. I guess I did have 7 out of 8. You'll survive. We sold a Joker that's not going to be part of the team anyway. We're looking for showmen, so we want uncommons and rares to block. We have the Giga reroll. There's the DNA. That's another nat negative, Jesus. Throw it on the pile. Still looking for DNA. But we are very much Borak right now. Cut these 2. And then Temperance. Okay, I need to move the garbage jokers to one side. That's very good. Turtle Bean is a little early. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. We don't want to see Brainstorm right now. We want to see Showman. So I should be blocking uncommons. This is the next Joker to go. We're almost capped on Temperance already. So that means this is second to go. Could just blow this whole thing up. We missed the Jack though. Suppose we might as well. It's funny. Not useful, but it's funny. We can maybe goof around with an invisible Joker if we run into one. Wait, actually, an invisible Joker would be kind of extraordinary because we have the reroll voucher already. We can only copy the... It doesn't work with Blueprint or Brainstorm. It only works with like 2 actual copies of Shiko, I believe. The problem with an invisible is we have to sell out of all of the nat negatives, so it's not likely to happen. Yeah, it's pretty late as well. You really want it in the early antes, just like the bean bug. It is plus 1 hand size for each extra Shiko. So the first one gives you 0, the second one gives you 1, the third one gives you 2. So it's like n minus 1 hand size, where n is the number of Shikos. Don't need that anymore. Really want to find a showman. There he is. All right. I hate to do it, but I think it has to be the Shiko here. Just because we're on anti-15 already. We also just don't have blank. Maybe that's the real problem with this run.
Well met.
Manny, thank you for the prime. Appreciate that. So normally I would say we can pass on Brainstorm, but we're so far behind in terms of score right now. We probably just have to sell the Showman for the Brainstorm.
Well met.
So we're kind of in desperate need of score soon. Zizu, thank you for the prime. Just because all of the jokers came a little bit too late. Maybe could have, yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to try the Showman later, I think. Maybe you should have gone instead of... Oh! Nah, that'll probably kill the run. We can try next ante, maybe. I'm not sure what I'm rolling for here. I think we're just dead. The run sucks. Until I get an antimatter, which requires me to have a blank, we're just not getting anywhere here. So I think what we want to do is hoard money a little bit now. We'll maybe do like some light rolling for the bean bug potentially, but we can worry about that later. The bean bug may buy us a little bit more time while we're looking for the antimatter. Nice JJ potentially. I think we got it a little late. I don't know about that, but usually those world records are much higher than you think they are. Yours potentially? I think it's like, I play on Goat Stake mostly. It's rare that you get a JJ this high already. Alright, so we're just doing some light rolling for a potential bean. Vessel is not real. Okay, now we probably want to roll to find another copy of that.
Well met.
There we go. Planeswalker, thank you for the prime. The difference between Vessel and the wall? Vessel is bigger. We are looking for the bean. We may have to part ways with some of the jokers if we do find it, just so that we can increase the chances of it hitting. But with so many extra jokers, the bean bug is not super likely right now. Okay, so this definitely goes. If we're going in pretty hard on this. Right, so we have to sell both of these. And this has a very high probability of killing me. But the run isn't that great anyway. Oh. That's a good start. Alright, I think what we do here is fill hand with steel. Just to decrease the potential fumble. Oh. Whoops. I guess there was not a chance of fumble. That said, we do have +5 permanent hand size. So that's got to count for something. What that actually does... Hold on. That allows me to take the second ecto, which means I don't necessarily need antimatter. Right? It's pretty good. We take those. Yeah, it's true. There is the failure rate with the DNA. -1 hand size. Yes, the beanbug can be done multiple times. It just gets increasingly risky with each attempt. Especially as you start increasing the antes and scoring requirements. Like an ante 24 beanbug is not a good idea. Hey, congrats, Mnemonic. And like with each attempt within a round, you also increase the probability of the bean not being the thing that gets hit on the hand where you need to score. We're looking for colas and rebate right now. So we finally have all kings. Any non-red seals in here? It doesn't look like it. This is just in need of getting swapped to a club, and then we're set. Beanbug is much easier with Burger. So you're going down an additional non-scoring joker. Like that, it's potentially riskier in that case, right? Because you get more hands, but then if it, like, you have less scoring as a result. What is it, 2 out of 5? Probably worth when we don't have an econ joker right now. I think that is my only non-compliant option here.
Well met.
Swamp Fox, thank you for the 5. Better exclusively at anti-8? Yeah. Yeah, I think the only time you can feasibly take advantage of the burglar on the beanbug is on anti-8. And even then, that's very difficult to do because you have to have your deck set up in a way where you can still score a lot of points without really having jokers. And you likely need the reroll voucher. So, like, a lot of things have to line up in order to take advantage of the burglar with the Crimson Heart beanbug. Why do we need more gold kings? For money, but why? For money. Again, if you ever think that you have enough money in this game, no you don't. Get more and you'll have more consistent runs. You can never have... There's no such thing as too much money in this game. More money is just more options. If you think you have enough, keep trying. Keep rolling. Get more money. Congrats, Ninja. That's why I die on gold stake, I think. Could be. A lot of times, like, unsuccessful runs are simply the result of not having enough money. That said, you have to kind of, like, you need strength on gold stake a lot faster than you do on other stakes, so you can't greed as much. But the basic principle holds true. You will be more successful if you have more money, because that means more rolling of the shops, more opportunities to find what you need. You don't need luck if you have money. Unlucky. Like, it wasn't good odds to hit what we wanted anyway, but kind of unfortunate that it didn't. We go again. Skarn, I give you the super chat. Appreciate that. Congrats on C++ and naneinf within days. That's impressive. Wait, we've already seen all of the boss blinds because we've had to roll so aggressively throughout this run. Because we've encountered a lot of the bad boss blinds. Alright, it'll be good to get a sense of our score with 0 steel in hand. Bet Invis will hit the Brainstorm. That would be the second best hit. And it's second best by a very wide margin, unfortunately. Shouldn't be rolling here. Now, if we get a second Ecto, that might be a reason to sell the DNA. Hashtag fun dad, thank you for the bits. Why did the Scarecrow get a promotion? He was outstanding in his field. Incredible. Welcome to the stream, fun dad. Alright. 2 out of 5 again. Alright. No reason to roll anymore. Let's do that. We probably need to start stocking up on some steel. We just need Blank and Antimatter now. The problem is... I mean, maybe we even sell this for Showman. If we get enough steel cards.
Well met.
Jade for fun, thank you for the prime. The problem is we're going to need that extra Joker slot eventually for the burglar, right?
Well met.
Danny, thank you for the prime. Probably in a situation where we have to start looking at taking Magic Trick to clear Illusion as well. It's a Voucher gone, at least.
Well met.
Nothing worth skipping. As a man, thank you for the 6. Boss blinds have been frustrating. So, eyeballing it, we've got maybe like 25 to 30 steel cards right now. Wait, so this alone, this is actually important. This alone already beats Anti-24, right? So we're already past the choke point with the double reroll voucher. So I feel like we're in a good spot even if it takes a while to find Blank and Antimatter. Which is likely to be the case. Throw it on the pile. Didn't even really have a reason to roll there. MVPs for this run in my book were Rocket and Idol. Those, yes. Even though those are no longer part of my Joker roster, those were absolutely critical for getting the run where it is right now. The Idol was very well timed. Captain Chuakala, thank you for the super chat. Scholar, are you new main yet or still undertaking? I have not played Night Rain in quite a while. Because myself and my friends were away for the holidays, we haven't really had a chance to get back to normal gaming yet.
Well met.
Dogvale, thank you for the sub. I've been too busy hanging out with them, like, in meat space instead of digital space. Okay, here's the question. Is this actually a good idea since we're already in a position to beat... It's also -2 hand size, which means we have to... Well... There are a lot of things that can fill that void. We need a showman. Can I get away with taking that? The problem now is I do not have a concept of my score. Let's just do this to be safe. Because this just means we're back at the same spot we were. And this guarantees we can get through ante 24 at least. Have you done this without antimatter before? Maybe? Probably not. What'd you need to get past ante 32? It's on the bean bug, I guess. More strength. $74. I don't know why I took this. That was... I mean, it's money. But so is a mail-in rebate. Got a nat negative blueprint once, I think. Yeah, that might have been... Well, that might have been Sans Ecto.
Well met.
Okay. Surely this is worth and doesn't kill me. Now it's a 50-50. And I like those odds. One, two, three. Probably like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's definitely like this. Okay, we're past it already. So E69 gives us some time even if this misses. Which is a good thing. I don't want to roll because I actually don't want to find a showman right now. See what it's like maybe with the bare minimum number of steel. Perfect. Here. right about on pace for the amount of steel that we need. I'm gonna keep the DNA because we lost hand size, so we no longer have the guaranteed pass through anti-24. Alright. 50-50? Unlucky. At least that's more money in the short term. Throw it on. Wait. That could help me find another invisible. Did anyone catch my score on that? $65? Thank you. So 65 is my baseline right now. It's actually a little bit higher with the Juggler. Roll a couple more times. We're looking for vouchers as our only skip, because we need blank and antimatter. None of the other skips are reliable enough to be good here. To, like, cut into the massive amount of money we make per round. Invisible hit the mime, but then we saw a cola, so we sold it for the mime for the cola. In the box. A little early. We want Showman, Rebate, Showman, Invisible, Rebate in that order, thank you. Now we want only Brain Print, or Brain Print, basically, yeah. I can't take that. Honestly, the odds aren't terrible. I'll take a second one if it comes back around. Okay, you're broken. I'd rather just leverage my money to find a guaranteed blueprint or brainstorm here. The Showman is a little more reliable. Throw it on the pile. Roll to 30 here, maybe? Yeah. 51 is not a problem for a fella such as myself right now. Hashtag fun dad, thank you for the bits. Good luck on gold staking your last deck. Glad my nonsensical yapping has helped in some way. Okay, so we should pay attention. We started at 2330. We want to end at basically around this point every time so that we're not going money negative. Didn't he lose $3 by selling the showman and buying the showman? Yep. But have you considered that it's funny? And my job is to entertain, not play optimally. This burglar better keep showing up this frequently, you know? Or at least when I need him. Crumble door. I think we roll to about here. First stand drawn face down, not a problem. Alright, I did go a little bit negative on money here, but it's not that big of a deal. Got the first hand voucher. But again, we can start filling out the vouchers after Ante 24. The invisible is better because it's a guaranteed 50-50. Finding the rare joker seems less wise. I don't know. Okay. You're the expert. Stonks. Would you believe I've done this many times before? Skipping the Plutos because they do not help our score in a meaningful way at this stage, and I desperately need money. Oh, you never buy the wheel? See above. Actually, we're at +2 hand size. I think we might be able to, even without the next hand size voucher, we might still be able to get it just because of the additional hand size from the bean bug. Well, guess we won't have to care about that. Gonna be really bad. Like, we're just running out of time is the problem. I need a Joker before... next ante. I'll take the next one that comes around. Reluctantly. Oh, I'm not copying correctly. Uh-oh. I'm gonna push towards steel with that in mind because I missed one card in hand. That was a pretty big blunder. With the voucher, it doesn't matter much. The voucher does nothing for me. We're barely gonna get there. Oh my god. We don't get there. No, we get there. Additional hands do nothing for us right now because our hand shrinks every time we play a hand. So every hand after the second is significantly lower. TG, thank you for the raid. Wrong rare again. So many burglars, man. Throw it on the pile. It's a bad boss blind. That's a fine one. Unfortunately, like, based on hindsight, it would have been better to take the first invisible just because the second invisible came not too far after that. But, like, I don't know, you can't evaluate plays based on the outcomes solely. Generally speaking, it feels more reliable to use the showman when you have it because we haven't seen any showman after that, right? Lily, thank you for the 5 months. Appreciate that. Okay, you're clearly broken.
Well met.
Right on the pile. Okay. Didn't need to do that, but it was pretty funny. It's getting unwieldy is the problem now. Like, I can't even find the right jokers. We're not blocking rares because we have a showman. Temperance must be about $67 now? Nah, it's 50. It's a reroll on a boss blind. Okay. I just have to take it here. This feels bad. At least we can recuperate some of our money because we're not going to roll. Even if this doesn't get us to the naneinf, it at least keeps us alive long enough to find the remaining pieces in every situation where it doesn't hit DNA. But I kind of need the DNA still. Maybe we, oh man. Maybe with the full hand of steel, we actually don't even need anything else to beat next ante. I don't know.
Well met.
Raven, thank you for the 5. Now, farm 4x high card levels every blind. It simply does not matter. And we're about to sell the Burnt Joker anyway. It is wasted effort on something that does not change anything. Alright, time for another 50-50. Oh, okay, we're there. I think we're just gonna do it without an antimatter. It'd be really funny. And our Joker roster isn't as big of a mess anymore. Now just burglar and we win, right? Yeah, we could also put the run entirely at risk by doing another attempt at the bean bug if we wanted to. That's what I'm thinking, Goliath. We made it this far, we might as well give it a shot, right? Like, we just sell the DNA for the bean. Also, like, we have... Because of where we are right now, we have a huge, huge gap in our score. Like, E100 gives us a lot of time. Yeah, welcome, Bean. I didn't even need you here to summon it this time. I did it all by myself. Are you proud of me? So I'm not gonna, I can't over-roll here. I'm gonna do some light rolling though, to see if we can find it. I guess you're here to summon it for me now, which would be nice. I'll roll to about 10 each shot. I still, like, even though it worked out with the invisible, I still think it was the right play to, like, attempt the showman, just because historically that has been the more reliable play for me. What's needed for Anti 39? A lot more than this, unfortunately. Don't label me, thank you for the super chat. Does Perkio do anything? I know it's not likely, but you do have Observatory. I mean, it does something, but it, like, we give up a Joker for a chance at Perkio, right? So we put the run at risk for a chance at a Joker that does very little for us right now because it's Anti-24, and you need, like, 15 Antis to get a Perkio online. You want Perkio is too late, way too late in the double-digit antis. We're on Anti-24. No bean. Yeah, we're only rolling for the bean, and then we start doing some light rolling for the burglar after the Anti-24. We don't have to roll immediately, like, turbo roll for the bean or for the burglar because our scoring is so set. So we can give it some time. We've got maybe 2 or 3 additional antis before our score becomes a concern. Falcor, I give you the super chat. Appreciate that. Glad you're learning all the right lessons. Here. Okay, last chance at a turtle bean. This setup can naneinf what's stopping it from ante 39. Surely we can just roll for the serpent. Ante 32. Multiples of 8 are finishing boss blinds, which cannot be the serpent. Alright. No bean. So for the same reason this one can't be the serpent, and why it's often a choke point as well, ante 32 cannot be the serpent, and it ends up being the choke point for you. And we need something like E200 or something for a chance at beating that. Yeah, everyone say thanks a lot, Turtle Bean. But if you do that, you also have to subscribe to his channel, so... Caught! Caught! Better do it. Rules are rules, chat. I don't make them, I just enforce them arbitrarily. But I also do make them. Can you just roll like 1k to find Bean? I could, but that would be a bad strategy for the long-term health of this run. So I chose not to do something that would be a bad strategy. Oh. That was easy. Why would we even need an antimatter? So we can't do it here, because we win too quickly. So we should farm some money. Surely the negative tag will make it to ante 39? Yeah. There's not a single Joker that we would want to see as a negative right now that could change that. Well, maybe a Troubadour could give us a slight boost. Or maybe, actually what it would be is a nat negative Showman so that we can find more copies of Blueprint and Brainstorm also as nat negatives. Dawn, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, this is all without antimatter, by the way. Like, we just... Look at my vouchers, dog.
Well met.
Leon, thank you for the 8. Negative DNA could give us a chance? Not really. I don't think you realize how far off we are from, being able to score, like, E200s without the Serpent. We done runs with the cocktail deck from multiplayer? No. I've watched people play it, it looks fun. But, I don't know. I've just been enjoying playing vanilla lately. Alright, we don't need to go all out here, we can just, farm up a little bit more. Because we have to wait until next ante anyway. When do we see the last voucher skip? I don't know, but the 2 voucher skips, we didn't have a lot of colas. The 2 voucher skips that we did take were really high value, so that's also a big part of why we got here. My colleague moving to Washington confirmed. Sorry for the docs. Ghost deck plus plasma deck plus Perkio deck. There's a Perkio deck? Hold on. That sounds like quite the cocktail. Or, if we're being anatomically and politically correct, penis tail. It's a bit broken, I imagine, but isn't that kind of the point? Also, the reason why, like, you can get away with that in multiplayer is because it's broken for both players, right? Wow, fantastic. I love negative skips. They're so strong. Why does streamer never take them? This one was kind of weird. Don't do that yet. Decently fast run as well. Yeah, we're right at the 2-hour mark. Usually I'm about 30 minutes longer. Which is surprising because, like, the build came together pretty slowly. Like, even the jokers were slow this time through. Alright, no ads for a while, so we're set there. It was a brute force run. It was on the brink of death so many times. Yeah, that idle save was huge. There are a lot of, like... This is maybe the most interesting one I've done since the first. Just because it was... Maybe even more interesting than the first, just because there's so many, like... differences between this and just, like, your standard naneinf run. Autax, thank you for the membership. Appreciate that. Biggest L from 6 cents? Oh my god, I forgot about that. We were farming that boy forever. What was his problem, man? Does anyone know? Bro was seeing dead people and somehow made that my problem? Thanks a lot, Haley Joel Osment. Tried to make you one of the dead people? It's true. Kuno, thank you for the raid. Pretty sure you had 4 different copies of mail-in rebate this run? That's pretty typical of these, though, right? You always sell your Econ Joker for Cola, because your Econ Jokers are common Jokers, and don't necessarily keep you alive, so that's pretty typical. I would say that, like, 4 is maybe the average number of copies you have. Brandon, thank you for the gifted memberships. And Gabriel, thank you for the membership as well. These animations would hurry up. We could actually set a new speedrunning 2 PR. And just imagine, the world record for legendary lists, I think, is like an hour and 15 minutes shorter than this. Someone can fact check me on that. Is that seeded? No, I believe that is unseeded. Legendary list naneinf. I think it's under an hour. Like the one with the legendary is really fast though, just because you can get a Perkio online super quick. No, I think Doc was close to an hour. Doc may have gotten under an hour at some point, but Doc does not have the world record in most speedrun categories at this point. Doc is extraordinarily good at the game and plays the game very fast when he wants to, and is a good speedrunner, but he's not like... Speedrunning isn't his focus. There are people that focus on speedrunning and have like optimized a lot of things out. The Doc is just under 46 minutes. Is that with Perkio though? Because with Perkio is different. I think 5 minutes with Perkio is the record. Well, that's seated and computer assisted, so that does... No. That's different. Under 46 legendary list? Jeez. Maybe that is the record at this point. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with it. But I think it's because... and the reason a lot of people are much faster than me is they're not wasting time with an early Baron setup. What you do is you go idle for your scoring until you get your money up enough to like force a pivot into Baron, and that like that's a huge time save because you're not waiting for these big hands to ding through. C-Dub stream says Doc because 45 minute is Doc's PB. That's outrageous. Mixed footage, thank you for the super chat, and Pedro, thank you as well. What is the breaking point when you do this type of run and say, no, this run isn't going very far? Vouchers? Vouchers are usually it. To be honest, there was a period in this run where I did say that and almost restarted, but things can turn around quickly. Like, vouchers were still limiting in most instances here, but because I was able to be a filthy bug abuser, we were still able to get through. Big Z, thank you for the super chat. And Edo, thank you as well. I don't really have an interest in speedrunning. I don't think that I have the skill set for it, nor do I think that like it's necessarily what my channels are about. The run with the beanbug count for a speed run. It's not for me to decide, I don't know. My guess would be yes, but maybe there's a glitchless and a glitch version of it. We can move the burglar and still keep our hands. The reason I don't want to is because I don't want to copy other, like the mime or the baron, because that will just end the game before I can get the naneinf. We have enough in hand right now. Brandon, thank you for the super chat. So we're going, let's keep an eye on this. We're going for 89. Like, obviously we want a naneinf harder, but we also don't want to overshoot this and have to repeat this process. Yeah, we'd overshoot, so let's not do that. You never want to overshoot, chat. It's really embarrassing. All right, let's go full steal so that we can make the biggest number possible. Copy's in the right spot. Send it. At some point in the future with your Balatro career, would you want to do naneinf and black deck? Plus, get naneinf and black deck plus gold stake. I don't know what black deck plus gold stake is. I've beaten it many times. Or do you mean a black deck naneinf? That seems miserable. I might try a gold stake at some point. I don't have any real interest in doing it right now, especially on stream, because it relies it will take many attempts, and the chat experience with each failed attempt just plummets off a cliff. So I would need to get better at plasma deck gold stake in general in order to start trying that more. Done a gold stake nan influencer. It was miserable trying to make it happen, to be honest. Yeah, it's a lot of resetting, a lot of failures. Which maybe makes interesting stream content because of the anticipation. It's kind of similar to like Lil Aggie's randomizer no-hit in Elden Ring, right? Like, people are watching because of the anticipation and they want to be there when it happens, but like, I need to be able to get YouTube content because that is where my income comes from. GG. Schnitzel, thank you for the super chat.